Can we just pause everything for a second? Seriously, stop the world because I need to process what is happening in Port Charles right now. I am sitting here staring at my TV screen, well, technically my laptop, because who watches live TV anymore without rewinding 14 times, and I am absolutely losing it. I'm sorry, but is anyone else's heart pounding out of their chest? Because mine is doing somersaults. We have to talk. We have to talk about all of it. The hatchets. The comas. The fact that Britt Westbourne, our beloved Britch, is sneaking around like a teenager, in love. But mostly, we need to talk about Nathan West. Okay, deep breath. Let's just dive into the deep end because I cannot hold this in. Maxie Jones is awake. I repeat, Maxie is awake. I've been watching this show since the days when Stone and Robin were breaking our hearts under the bridge, and I have seen a lot of coma storylines. I mean, it's a soap trope, right? People go to sleep, they wake up with perfect hair and makeup, and life goes on. But this feels different. This hits different. Because Nathan West, sweet, perfect man Landers himself, is standing there in Port Charles. Alive, which I still can't fully wrap my head around, but we'll get to that. And he just got the news from Liesl Obrecht. Can we talk about Liesl for a second? I know she's a villain, or an anti-hero, or whatever label we're putting on her this week. But the woman brings the drama. She comes blowing into GH hair. Probably perfect, announcing that Maxie is awake, and the look on Nathan's face, priceless. Shattering. Terrifying. Here is the thing that is driving me crazy though, the timing. Why is the timing always so messed up on this show? Just when Nathan and Lulu Spencer were starting to make sense to me, and don't come at me in the comments, I know Lante forever or whatever, but Dante has been messy, and Lulu deserves some happiness. Just when Nathan and Lulu were starting to brew something real. The universe, aka the writers, decides to pull the emergency brake. I feel for Nathan. I really do. Imagine being back from the dead, which, by the way, we still need a full explanation on, because DNA and fingerprints is great, Felicia. But I need the story and trying to reintegrate into a life that moved on without you. Only to find out the love of your life is finally waking up in Boston just as you were moving on with someone else. It is classic General Hospital messiness, and I am here for it, but I also hate it. Do I want Nathan and Maxie back together? Of course. They're Nathan and Maxie. But my heart breaks for Lulu in this scenario. She's going to be left out in the cold again, isn't she? Nathan is obviously going to pump the brakes with Lulu. He has to. He's a good guy. He's not going to juggle two women while one is recovering from a coma. That's not the Nathan West we know and love. But the angst, oh, the angst is going to be delicious. And let's talk about Maxie in Boston. Spoilers say she is in disbelief, and Holmesley, same girl. If my mom came to me after I woke up from a coma and told me my dead husband was actually alive and waiting for me, I'd ask for a sedative. Felicia insisting there's proof. I love Felicia, but Maxie is right to be skeptical. We all watched that funeral. We all cried. I remember sobbing into my wine glass when Nathan died. So for him to be back, Maxie needs to see it to believe it. She says she'll know it in her heart, and that is such a Maxie thing to say. It's cheesy, but it's true. I'm really worried about how this reunion is going to go, though. Is it going to be sunshine and rainbows? No. This is GH. It's going to be awkward and painful and filled with back-from-the-grave drama. I'm scared Maxie is going to reject the reality of it at first, or that Nathan has changed too much. Being dead changes a man. Okay, switching gears, because if I think about Nathan and Maxie too much, I'm gonna start crying again. Let's talk about something that makes me want to scream in a completely different way. Ric Lansing. Why? I know. Ric is charming. Ric is smooth. Ric has that dimple or smirk or whatever it is that makes the women of Port Charles lose their absolute minds. But Elizabeth Baldwin, you are smarter than this. Spoilers say Liz is going on a date with Ric to a hatchet throwing range. First of all, who planned this date? Because giving Ric Lansing a sharp weapon seems like a terrible idea on principle. I don't care if it's recreational. The man is a walking manipulation tactic. But here's the problem, I kind of love it. I hate myself for it, but I love it. There is something about Ric and Liz that just works. It's toxic, yes. It's a disaster waiting to happen, absolutely. Remember the panic room, because I remember the panic room. But watching them have a flirty evening and Liz proving she knows how to have a good time, which go Liz. You deserve fun after everything you've been through. I'm kinda rooting for the chaos. And the parallel... Oh my god, the parallel... Jacinda Bracken taking Michael Corinthos to the Sam Hatchet throwing range. Okay, who is Jacinda trying to impress here, Michael? Or is she trying to prove she's not like other girls? Look at me, Michael. I throw axes. I'm Edge. I'm still on the fence about Jacinda. She seems nice enough, and Michael needs someone who isn't completely embroiled in the usual mob wars. Although, dating a Corinthos automatically enrolls you in Mob Wars 101, but this double date setup or near miss at the Hatchet range is hilarious. Can you imagine Ric and Liz in one lane and Michael and Jacinda in the other? The awkwardness, the tension. Ric is technically Michael's uncle, well, great uncle. The family tree is a wreath at this point, and the history there is so fraught. Ric has terrorized that family for years. If Michael sees Ric with Elizabeth, he's gonna flip. Or maybe he won't. Maybe he's too distracted by Jacinda showing him another side of herself. I just hope no one loses a toe. That's all I'm saying. With this crew, sharp objects are a liability. Speaking of liabilities, Britt and Jason. I am screaming. I am literally screaming. Jabrit? Is that what we're calling them? I don't care what we call them. I just need more of them. Britt Westbourne sneaking around to see Jason Morgan is the content I signed up for. I know. Ross Cullum has forbidden Britt from having Jason in her life. First of all, who does Ross think he is? You don't forbid the Britch from doing anything. That just ensures she's gonna do it twice as hard. The danger element here is so high. Ross seems like bad news, legit scary bad news, and Britt is playing with fire. But isn't that when Britt is at her best? When she's breaking rules and following her heart or her hormones? And Jason Stone Cold Morgan. He's always been a sucker for a woman in trouble, but with Britt it feels more like equals. She's not a damsel. She's a partner in crime. The spoiler says she won't be able to resist squeezing in a little romantic time. Yes, give it to me. I want the stolen glances, the secret meetups, the adrenaline. I want them to get caught and fight their way out of it back to back. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. We have to talk about the Anna Devane element. Anna is insisting Cesar Faison is alive. Liesl is pushing Britt to do a favor regarding Faison. Are we really doing this? Is Faison back again? Look, I love a classic villain. Faison is the villain. But the man has been dead alive, and wearing masks more times than I change my socks. If Faison is alive, it explains why Nathan is alive. Maybe Faison faked Nathan's death to, I don't know, torture him, save him, who knows. With Faison... If Liesl is asking Britt for a favor, it's going to be shady. Liesl Obrecht does not ask for innocent favors like, can you water my plants? She asks for things like, can you distract the guards while I inject someone with a memory-erasing serum? Britt discussing Anna's claims with Nathan at GH before Liesl busts in. The tension in that family is palpable. The West, Obrecht, Faison dynamic is the most dysfunctional family tree in America, and I am obsessed with every branch of it. Okay, moving on to the Corinthos drama. Carly Spencer suspects Ric Lansing has an agenda. In other news, water is wet, the sky is blue, and Sunny loves black t-shirts. Of course, Carly suspects Ric. Carly has a PhD in suspecting Ric. And you know what? She's usually right. Sunny is bonding with Ric. Sunny is using Ric for legal expertise. Sunny, my guy, wake up. How many times have we been down this road? Ric comes back, makes nice, helps out with a legal jam. And then bam, he's kidnapping your wife or trying to steal your territory or gaslighting someone into thinking they're crazy. I feel like Sunny has amnesia when it comes to his brother sometimes. He wants that family connection so bad. But Carly holds a grudge. Carly remembers, and she's going to Jason with her concerns. This is the classic trio dynamic I miss. Carly venting to Jason about Sunny's bad decisions. It feels like old times. I just hope Jason listens to her, even while he's distracted with Britt. Jason is usually the only one who can see through the fog, but if he's wrapped up in his own secret romance, will he miss the signs that Ric is up to something? And don't think I forgot about Lucas Jones. My poor sweet Lucas. Why can't he ever catch a break? He's over at Windermere, which by the way is a haunted house of horrors and no one should ever go there. Ever confronting Marco Rios. Marco Rios is trash. Absolute trash. The spoilers say he's going to double down on his deception and try to gaslight Lucas. This makes my blood boil. Lucas is smart. Hey, he's a doctor. He overheard something real, and he knows it. But then Marco's temper flares, snatching Lucas's arm. You're not going anywhere. Excuse me. If Marco hurts a hair on Lucas's head, I riot. We ride at dawn. I'm relieved the spoilers say Lucas will indeed make it back to the mainland and track Carly down at the Metro Court later in the week. Thank God. But the fact that he's still in danger because he eavesdropped on too much stresses me out. Lucas has been on the periphery of the mob stuff for so long, but he's usually the safe one. Dragging him into the line of fire, I don't like it. Also, can we appreciate that Lucas goes to Carly, not the police? Not his mom, Bobby. Oh wait, R.I.P. Bobby Sob. He goes to Carly. That Bobby Spencer connection is strong. Carly will go full mama bear on Marco if she finds out he threatened Lucas. I want to see that. I want to see Carly destroy Marco Rios. Brief shout out to the normal couples Harrison, Chase, and Brooklyn. Thank you writers for giving us a palate cleanser. Chase and BLQ reminiscing and making new Valentine's memories is exactly the fluff I need to balance out the my dead husband is alive and my uncle is dating my ex drama. They are the anchor of this show right now. Just pure wholesome singing detective goodness. Don't ruin them, please. And Molly and Alexis catching up. Good. Molly needs to talk about this book deal. And the Cody Bell problems, interesting. I'm still trying to figure out where Molly stands with everything. She's been so high-strung lately, understandably, but a sit-down with Alexis is usually when the truth comes out. Alexis Davis is the queen of neurotic but wise advice. Hopefully she can steer Molly right. Okay, I'm spiraling again. I need to circle back to the main event. Tuesday, February 17,